Sidra versus Pi Network, the hidden reality behind both projects. Welcome back to the channel. This is Satoshi Guy, and today we're diving into one of the most requested breakdowns on this channel, the real, unfiltered, and often hidden truth behind Sidra and Pi Network. Two massively discussed projects, two communities full of energy, and two completely different paths. But most people still don't understand what actually separates them. Today, we cut through the hype, ignore the noise, and look at the reality behind both ecosystems. Let's start with the first major difference, execution versus expectation. Sidra is moving with a structure that focuses on delivering products, building utility, and creating momentum toward an actual functioning ecosystem. Pi Network, on the other hand, has built a massive user base, but the majority of its journey has been about future promises rather than current delivery. Millions of people mine Pi from their phones, but many are still waiting for the full open mainnet. Sidra, by contrast, is positioning itself with measurable steps, listings, ecosystem expansion, and transparency that can be tracked in real time. Next, we look at accessibility and incentives. Pi Network exploded because it was free to mine. Anyone with a smartphone could join, making it one of the easiest entry points into crypto history. But this strength also became a weakness, because when something costs nothing, it often attracts more spectators than investors. Sidra is built differently. The project's structure encourages real staking, real engagement, and real economic participation. People who hold Sidra have actual skin in the game, which naturally leads to a more serious and committed community. Now let's talk about utility, a word that gets thrown around but rarely explained. Pi Network aims to create a peer-to-peer ecosystem where Pi becomes a currency used for everyday transactions. The vision is massive, but the execution has been slow and heavily dependent on the eventual transition to open mainnet. Sidra, meanwhile, is shaping itself as a token with economic functions tied to real usage, staking, governance, ecosystem growth, and real-time value support. Instead of waiting for utility, Sidra is rolling out features step by step, making the token functional from the beginning rather than someday in the future. Another major hidden reality is community psychology. Pi's community is gigantic, but it's also filled with conflicting expectations. Some believe Pi will launch at $100, some at $300, some at $314, and others expect just a few cents. That massive difference in expectations creates uncertainty. Sidra, on the other hand, has more grounded discussions, with the community focused on realistic projections, tokenomics, and achievable milestones. This difference in expectations directly affects sentiment, price behavior, and long-term stability. Let's also address tokenomics, something many people overlook. Pi Network's supply is enormous. Even if Pi eventually launches at a meaningful price, the circulating supply could create heavy selling pressure. Sidra's tokenomics are designed to be more controlled, with a supply structure that encourages stability and reduces panic-driven volatility. While no tokenomics are perfect, Sidra's design is built with a strategy that minimizes long-term inflation. Finally, the biggest hidden reality of all, time advantage. Pi Network is over 5 years into development and still hasn't completed the final stage of its roadmap. Sidra is much younger, yet moving much faster. When a project builds momentum early, it attracts developers, investors, and attention quickly. Pi already has attention, but slow development risks losing momentum over time. Sidra is capitalizing on early traction and delivering updates that keep the community energized. So what's the truth? Both projects have potential, both have large communities, and both could shape different parts of the crypto world. But the key difference is this: Sidra is building now, while Pi Network is building towards someday. One focuses on immediate value, the other focuses on future possibility. Neither approach is wrong, but understanding the difference is what separates educated investors from emotional speculators. At the end of the day, whether you support Sidra, Pi Network, or both, the smartest move is always the same. Follow the data, not the noise. And that's exactly what we do here on Satoshi Guy. Real analysis, real breakdowns, and real crypto conversations without the hype.